another video, and I am playing Shark Fight. And it's funny because in this I also have a very funny hack. So how you do it is hi girl. Okay, hop off my keyboard. Okay, Jesse. Seriously? Okay, yeah, we're back. Okay. So you click the ducky if you have it, and you I ran out of time. You click here, and if you get it close enough, when you jump back out, it'll be in there. So, whoa, they have an update for Easter, which is interesting. So I'm gonna try this. Like I have no idea which boat this is that they turned into a bad one. But yeah, we'll go with this. Alright. Think? Oh wait, no, that's the passenger side. Man. Jesse, can you please get the chinchilla off my head?
Hey, you don't put the chinchilla on my head.
Okay, true, but don't. She's getting tangled in my. What? Oh. Sorry. So a tab just popped up. Ah, man. Hate tabs. Wait. Is it me or is the egg just cracking in the back? Okay, that's suspicious. I wonder if the more you drive, the more it cracks. Oh my gosh. If you can't. So the hop, so the horn is literally, it's so funny. So I'm not very used to this computer, but we'll make it work. Where even is the shark? Maybe it's over here. Let me see this. So there's swimming the entire time. So I wonder if like he's around here. I haven't seen him yet. Oh wow. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. I see him. Right up there. Man, he went underwater. Right there. Don't mind me, I have that in. Oh my gosh, this bunny head is in the way very much. Yeah, he's headed after me, I think. Yup. Whee! This isn't a very bad bow. I thought it was gonna be like way worse. Oh my gosh, yeah, he's coming like right up. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh wait, no! Jump out! Swim! My leg! Wasted. Alright. Well, that was fun. Well, I'm gonna see if I can show you the trick that I tried to do earlier. Didn't work. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it. Yay! I'm inside the cave. there's no possible way to get out except reset your character. JK. You can. It's kind of difficult. It would be quicker. It would be quicker if you just reset your character, but there is a way to do it without resetting your character. Oh my gosh, I see a person. Shark is killed. Wow, this was a good shark. James! Sorry, annoying brother. Oh. So we're starting another round. No, I played my ducky too far out. No!
Not.
James, you need to shut up. Shark, this is an important day. Yay, I'm the sharky. I'm a really good shark. And I've been it more than once. James, get away from me. Shut up.
James.
James, I see. Jesse, I'm shark. Hop. Get her off. Sorry.
Then I'll just message you on.
Okay, good to know. I'm the sharky. I have bunny
Why do you
ears.
have bunny ears?
Because it's Easter theme.
Okay then. Does everybody have that the Easter egg boat then?
Yep. What? I can only go straight. What the flip? No! What? Question mark? Okay. I have no idea what to do. Okay. What was that you just threw at me? A pillow? Seriously? Okay, yeah, I have to restart. Aw, dang it. Why not? The what control, Ben? Oh, thank you. Okay, James, can I see that? James, I want to do this. Yes, I do, and I'm not done. Okay, so, oh man, I'm going after thousands of dollars. Well, shark teeth worth of boat right here. See this one right there? That one's like $1,000. I've been trying to save up for it, but it's not working well. I'm totally like ripping apart the dog. Come on, I killed him. Yeet. Wow. There's definitely more people somewhere. Sorry, I'm playing on a really weird thing. Oh man, I missed him. Ah. Oh. Man, sorry, man. Yay, finally. I see buddy. Yum. Yay. Man, I only have a few seconds. Oh wait, come to Papa. He's getting tipped. Yay. Yummy. Dead carcasses. I see you. Hey, Jesse! You like putting the chinchilla on my head, don't you? Yeah, so I'm pretty good at the shark, and I must be really tired because I'm not getting like everything. Plus, I'm playing on a wholly different thing because like the mouse wasn't working, so. Okay, I see a yacht. Like, I think it's the expensive one. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Yeah, I'm not. Wait, is this? I can't tell if this is the expensive yacht or the cheap. Wait. No, I was so close to this thing. Come on. I have been killed. Blech. No, it's. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that was fun. Yeah, like I said, if you reset your character, you can get out actually faster. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be it. Look at, I only have 2%. Okay. I'm gonna use Jesse. Jesse, no, I'm not doing the unicorn boat this time. Fine, I'll do the unicorn boat. And then I will do. Okay, fine. Hey, someone actually. What happens if I tell them I'm streaming? Maybe then they'll listen and join my boat. Hey, no, come on. She left at the last minute. She's so mean. We're gonna go with this side. Nope, wrong side. Why I don't like this one at all is just because, like, look at it. It's super slow and bouncy, and I'm gonna tip over. And it has a normal horn. That's also what I don't like about it. And with the jet ski, I have like pretty much almost a hack with it. Like I am so good with it, cause like what I do is I go and I sit in that corner, facing like outwards. Here, I'll show you. And then like when I hear the shark next to me, does it make it da da sound? I will like blast out of here. I've won 10, 15 games with it. Yes, I keep tracks. Hey, the shark has been killed. But like I just back up and it's impossible with the unicorn boat. And then like I just go straight out. I am streaming. Oh my gosh, look. No one cares. Well, no one. Oh, really? Now I can finally do what I want. Boom. Why I'm not gonna invite any people into my boat is because this one always glitches and like throws off the entire world, so I'm left with no boat and a bunch of people. So yeah, that's funny. But alrighty. If I can get it right. Let me get into my position. Baby shark doo doo, you baby shark doo doo doo, baby shark.
No, you can't sing that. Copyright.
Okay, fine. Be that way, Jay.
No, you get my channel copyright. It's not yours. How about email?
So, what? How did he get my friend? Gotta check why he's my friend. I don't remember this guy being my friend. Like, at all. Whatsoever. None. Zip. Zero. Goose egg. Oh my gosh. Man. Sorry, I'm on a totally different computer, so I act like I'm seeming like I'm a noob, but I'm really not. I just, man, I'm not getting used to these controls. So I'm just gonna wait here. Okay. Is that Shark's down the house, but I don't know where he is. Oh my gosh. Reload. Retreat. Retreat. Man. Oh my gosh, this is like so creepy. He's so creepy with the bunny ears. He can't even get me. Don't worry. He's around this area. I feel like he's underwater. Yeah, he's gotta be underwater. Because I'm not seeing him up above. Let me scan the internet. And it's not here anymore. Oh, that's interesting. We gotta follow that boat just because they had the shark earlier. Found him! Bunny ear shark, I'm gonna kill you, baby ear shark, I'm gonna kill you. This is like a noob shark. Man. I hate chat when it gets in your way, especially when you're so. Oh, come on. Look, I'm right next to him and he's not even trying to kill me. Why? Shoot. Oh, wait, I almost got him. I think I got him. Being right next to him, dude. Man, I'm still alive. I was riding. Wait, my gun's gone. What the? What? I'm confuzzled. Like, my gun is gone, but I have a floaty. I technically died, but didn't. I'm so confused. Alright. Where is... People are stranded over there. I should have saved them. Oh, well. Well, I'm going to get them. Maybe they'll offer their gun. I don't think you can. game will end by before I get there, so yay! Fluffy B, shush shush, I'm live streaming. Alright, well I gotta say bye. I will see you next time.